Hey, how y'all doing this morning? It's Joe James, IFBB Pro, and this morning I'm gonna take y'all through pretty much my typical breakfast, and I'm also doing some additional meal prep for a couple days throughout the week. Got some beef and some fish going on, and yeah, we can get started with that. Show y'all a few quick, easy tips on what I do to more efficiently prep your meals quickly. So this morning we're doing 2 whole eggs, as well as 10 ounces of egg whites with 40 grams of oatmeal. You got to keep your essentials in there and take some fish oil supplements as well. And this is honestly my favorite meal of the day, especially once you get to the peak of prep. The volume of the meals gets so low that you be hungry, but that's part of the process. I just keep it simple. Salt, pepper. So I've been up since about 4:30, and I'm still running off of just my pre-workouts, my fasted supplements. I tend to try to do that, and I don't typically eat anything until after I finish my fasted cardio. I've been doing 45 minutes in the morning, and yes, I drink this just straight black coffee. It ain't great, but I ain't got no extra stuff. I don't like putting like stevia in it. I don't know, that stuff bloat me. And typically I drink a shake with this just to get going. But once food gets lower and the volume gets a little lower, you want to just eat as much volume as you can. It definitely helps you throughout the day. So pre-workout, post-workout, and breakfast are meals while I have carbs, which is cool, and it's just reached that. Honestly, this whole prep, I've been eating a lot of food, which really kept me going. And then about 6 weeks out, that's when things start to drop down, which is normal. So, and a tip that I do with all my meals is I put them in the oven. Any beef, chicken, anything, it cooks faster in the oven. Now, chicken I may throw in the air fryer because it'll dry out. It really dries out. But as far as beef, I throw it right in the oven, and it doesn't take long to cook at all. Fish, oven. I do like to boil my vegetables though. And it ain't the prettiest, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be the prettiest, but it'll get the job done. But the main things I eat the most is fish and like turkey. So I'll definitely be running that. Might have to throw a little hot sauce or something on there. But other than that, ain't too many tips on how to keep that stuff, that's dry. That's just dry, straight dry. That's just how that one is. Oatmeal, honestly, I keep it simple. I'll just throw like a little bit of cinnamon in it and some salt and roll with it. Oh no, off season I throw some fruit, bananas in it. Really hook it up, because that's what is off season. But if you add salt to it gives it like morphs the sweetness together, so it's not so sweet. It's almost like a sweet and salty taste. I don't know. It's pretty good. As far as overall health, I take like liver supplements, heart supplement. Let's see. I got turmeric. I got liposomal vitamin C, vitamin D3. Taking Super K. What else am I taking? I take fiber, but I've been kind of slowing back on it because my digestion's been a bit shaky, which is typical at the end of prep. And I take stress relief, anxiety, because that's something that definitely can cause your body to do different things on prep that you don't want it to do. taurine. This is acetyl L-carnitine. I take this fasted, and yohimbine. Citrus bergamot, help with healthy cholesterol levels. Betaine, HCl, with pepsine. This helps digest like proteins, blood pressure medicine. Just a few of the supplements. I mean, there's many more, and I typically only use the Revive supplements. So I say the best way to structure your meals is try to get them in every 2 to 3 hours, and just based off your schedule. Some people get up later in the day, you know, so they might be up later eating meals. But being that I get up earlier, I have to eat my meals as best to fit my day, you know. So I'll say try to structure them around 2 to 3 hours, you know. And obviously, when you get on prep, you're gonna go more towards 2 hours. But that's just the small adjustments, and make sure you actually plan that out, because you can't think, okay, I know what I'm gonna do, and don't plan it out, because it won't work once it gets there, which is why we also prep our meals, you know, normally ahead of time, at least for 2 to 3 days. That way we know it's there. We ain't gotta do no extra stuff, knock us off track. We can just keep going with our day. I think I'm eating about 6 meals, 5 or 6 meals. And that typically stays the same. Like, my meals are normally at about 6 meals. You know, off season, you know, the volume gets higher. You know, you just add more food. But I never go any lower than that. It's almost like when you're bulking, you're not stuffing yourself, because you're adjusting as your body adjusts. Now, if you feel stuffed, that means you're doing things too fast, so you need to pull back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then you add in slowly, which is typically why when you bulk, you take the same amount of time as you'll prep, because you don't want to be trying to drill in all these calories, because you won't be able to digest it. You know, and then you just feel stuffed all day, you know. So I say, you know, it's pretty, my bulk this time, my off season, was pretty, it flowed pretty well. I never felt stuffed. I mean, meals went up as they should, you know, as my body adjusted. And I felt good. You know, digestion was definitely a priority, because without that, you're eating for no reason, you know. So I definitely think, honestly, when you get closer to the show, that's when your body is doing weird things. You know, you might not digest protein as good as you were, so now you gotta take certain supplements, and bowel movements may slow down, and all of this stuff is normal. You know, you just gotta adjust. And literally, we eat to stay alive, pretty much. We don't eat because it tastes good, because it doesn't all the time. Yesterday was my high day, so I could get a little fancy with my meals, add some honey, oatmeal, honey, bananas, had some rice cakes, a lot more rice. Typically on my high day, I'll drink shakes because of the amount of food it is. I'm drinking about 2 gallons right now, yeah. At first it was 1.5, but I noticed my body just was retaining a little bit. And I know typically when I get the end of prep with my body, I need to increase water. But 2 gallons been feeling perfect, you know, perfect. I've been going to the bathroom. I ain't been going too much, but I still been using it. And I've been feeling a lot more settled when I wake up, you know. Because you can almost, when you pay attention to your body, you can almost feel when something's different. Like if your digestion's messed up, you feel a little heavier for some reason. Okay, those guys are the same, but one of them was for my first show when I used to compete in OCB. The other 2 are from the OCB shows as well. I might have to get up there and get them. Hold up. So I got this. This is from, I think this is from my first, no. This is from South Carolina show. I can't remember the name of it, but it was the show I did before I went pro. So that's the show before I went pro. This is actually a bubble run thing I took my daughter to. This was a OCB show where I placed first NPC show ever, the Cutler. And I got, this is my pro, where I went pro, universe. NPC number was 143. So yeah, those pretty much all the trophies. Looking to add some more soon. So I can cycle through like turkey. So I typically, now I'm doing straight fish and just one beef meal. So I have 3 fish meals. For my post-workout, I'll drink a shake, have my rice. And no, post-workout, I'll do fish and rice. Pre-workout, I'll do a shake and rice. And last meal, do my beef with my veggies and stuff. And that's pretty much, it's pretty simple, you know, it doesn't change up, it doesn't get fancy, you know, and I put certain seasons on it just to make it taste like something, you know. I like these, no sodium or anything in it, so it just gives it a little spice to it. Something I had to catch to tow it up, but something I get from Wegmans. Oh, nice. Wegmans, yeah. And if you're looking to get good proteins for good prices, Wegmans is where you go. They might not have fish for good, but like beef, chicken, the best prices you'll find. Wegmans. I remember when I first started bodybuilding, I used to spend at least like $150, $170 at the store, just shopping in like Food Line and stuff like that. And then as I started to get more into it, I'm like, yo, it's cheaper places you could go to get this stuff. So now I spend about $50, $60, you know, a week, which is still higher than, you know, the average, but $60 a week is good coming from $170, you know. I'll probably have a couple shakes, some fish. Keep it simple. Gotta love fish. And fish is pretty easy to cook, honestly. Like I say, you just throw it in the oven and that's the end of that. Yeah, man, so many tricks and ways to get around on this stuff.
What are the veggies for prep?
Veggies, I normally stick to green beans. I really like green beans. I don't necessarily eat broccoli too much. Green beans, I'll do mushrooms, asparagus, cucumbers, things like that. Those are some of my favorites. I've really fell in love with mushrooms lately though. The reason I've been experimenting with so many different veggies is because my girl is vegan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she doesn't eat meat. So it's like, all right, if I want to cook her some, you know, for date night or whatever, I got to do some research to look into some stuff like, oh yeah, I could throw this together, then like make a stir fry or something. So that's really, and then once I start eating the mushrooms, I was like, yo, these are really good. When you're open to continuously learning and not letting your ego get into you and, you know, personalize everything, you get a lot further ahead in life, you know, and I love learning. So I don't care who you are. You can teach me something, I'm listening, and I go teach it to the next person. But yeah, I'm gonna throw some fish in the oven. Keep these on deck. Can't go wrong with those. I was actually eating these rice cakes because these are like my favorite. And my coach told me, no, you can't eat those, bro. The fat content is very high.
Really?
I was like, oh, all right. So now I just got 3 packs up there just waiting. I mean, you just gotta want it. You gotta want it that bad, you know? And you can't have like jealous and hatred stuff towards other people's success, because that'll definitely bring you down, whether you believe it or not, because that's the way the universe, the divine works. You know, you have to be supportive of others and love people and continue to just follow and lead. You know? And that's a lot of things I see often is jealousy, and I can see like it's always internal, but most people don't understand yet that that's what's holding them back, you know? So, like, go to therapy, seriously. Like, tap into yourself. That stuff means a lot, you know? That's it. That's typically how my mornings go. My Sunday, for the most part, because that's when I prep my food. And Yeah, with that being said, man, just make sure every week you find a day to be prepared. You know, get yourself set up for the week and always leave room for error. Don't fill your schedule up to the point that if something goes wrong, there's no way you can adjust because you've packed your schedule so much. You gotta leave at least a little room for error. So that's what I do. I prep my meals, but I also know that throughout the week I gotta go to work, so I need to leave a 30-minute window somewhere just in case life wanna happen, you know, and then you gotta adjust that. But yeah, that's it, man. And again, I'm Joe James, IFBB Pro, and y'all just stay tuned. We got more content coming for y'all as I get closer to the show. Right now we're 3 weeks out, and yeah, we just getting there day by day.